Hello everyone, in this video, I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Moeed Pirzada to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Moeed Pirzada's words. I have in front of me several important and significant developments. The most important question that should matter to both me and many of you is, will the United States President Donald Trump be able to visit Pakistan officially in 2 months' time in September? He will be in India for the Quad Summit, a pact between the United States, India, Australia and Japan, primarily to contain China. Will he be able to make an official visit to Pakistan as well when he is in India for that summit? Prominent Pakistani journalist Ijaz Syed, a well-known investigative journalist in Western circles, revealed such a story on Geo News. However, just a few hours after his report, the White House denied it from Washington. The denial was not in the sense that the visit would not happen at all, but rather that there was no confirmation or schedule for such a visit. This was the official statement from the American Embassy in Islamabad as well, and most importantly, the spokesperson for Pakistan's Foreign Office, Shafkat Ali Khan, I believe his name is, also denied it. He stated that the Foreign Office had no such information or confirmation. Pakistani newspapers and media outlets also denied the report. Even in the United States, sources dismissed it. Social media reacted strongly, first reporting it and then attacking Ijaz Syed's credibility. Despite this, Ijaz Syed's report has not been completely refuted or rejected. The only thing that has been proven wrong so far is the timeline given by Ijaz Syed regarding Donald Trump's official visit to Pakistan in September. Donald Trump will be the first United States president in history to potentially visit the Buckingham Palace or meet with the King of the United Kingdom for the second time as the President of the United States. His official visit will likely be to the United Kingdom, and the entire country will be on alert for it. But that does not necessarily mean his official visit to Pakistan will not happen. The reason the White House, the American Embassy and Pakistan's Foreign Office did not confirm this visit yet is simply that they do not have official confirmation or a schedule at this point. When I think of Ijaz Syed, I recall a very mischievous kind of journalist because of his famous video where he ambushed former Pakistan Army Chief Mirza Aslam Beg in the middle of the street, questioning him relentlessly. Every time Ijaz Syed's name comes up, I remember that bold act of his. This is how I always remember Ijaz Syed. So, what does Ijaz Syed's report actually indicate? It indicates that at some level there is a desire in Pakistan to have Donald Trump visit the country. There may be efforts underway to persuade him to add Pakistan to his itinerary when he is in India for the Quad Summit. This type of visit could be just a few hours long, as was the case when Bill Clinton visited Pakistan in March 2000, sitting on the tarmac in Islamabad for 5 hours, giving a lecture on human rights and terrorism. A visit could also be an overnight stay, as was the case when George W. Bush visited Pakistan in March 2006, after his trip to India and Bangladesh. The same situation could be applied here. It is important to remember that since the 1990s, the Indian Ministry of External Affairs and the Indian establishment have consistently pushed Western powers, especially the United States, the United Kingdom and the European Union, to visit only India when they are in the region. They've really pushed for the idea that no regional stops should be added to the trip. This diplomatic pressure has worked well, as previously top international dignitaries and heads of state, when visiting South Asia, would make stops in multiple countries like Pakistan, Bangladesh, Afghanistan and India to make the most out of their trips. However, India has made it quite difficult for this practice to continue. One resistance to this will likely come from India, as they will not want Donald Trump to visit Pakistan on his way to India. However, this does not mean that such a visit will not happen. There is a possibility that if Donald Trump and Pakistan can create a sweetener for India, they may be more inclined to accept his visit to Pakistan. Additionally, it is important to note that Donald Trump has his own set of expectations. He has expectations from both Pakistan and India, particularly in terms of trade deals, geopolitical relations with China, and a potential peace deal between India and Pakistan. This year, Donald Trump turned 79 years old. Born in June 1947, right after World War II. He is now largely focused on securing his legacy. His life has been one of tremendous success, building companies, becoming a media mogul, marrying successful women, fathering successful children, and becoming the President of the United States twice. This is a record that no other US president has matched. He is very much interested in ensuring that his legacy includes playing a role in international peace. Donald Trump wants to play a role in settling the Kashmir issue between India and Pakistan. This is likely because, from his perspective, he sees an opportunity to mediate a peace deal between the two nations and perhaps even receive a Nobel Peace Prize for doing so. He may want to see India and Pakistan reach an agreement on Kashmir, and that could involve Pakistan recognizing India's actions on Jammu and Kashmir since the removal of Article 370, which took away its special status. India may want Pakistan to accept the status quo and recognize the line of control as the de facto border. There are other expectations too. For example, he may want to see Pakistan take steps to recognize Israel, as this has already been a trend in the Middle East. If Donald Trump and Pakistan can work together to improve their diplomatic relations, it could become a significant shift in the region. This also aligns with the Trump administration's policies of seeking broader regional peace agreements. The reality is that Donald Trump's legacy will be defined by his achievements in international diplomacy, economic deals, and peace agreements. His efforts to mediate a peace agreement between India and Pakistan could become one of his crowning achievements. For Pakistan, this is crucial as the country's regime needs continuous international approval and legitimacy, given the lack of popular mandate and the ongoing political instability. If Donald Trump comes to Pakistan, there will be many people advising him on what steps to take. The most symbolic move would be the release of former Prime Minister Imran Khan, who will have completed 2 years of imprisonment by August 2025. This release could be one of the key terms of the deal. Imran Khan's release would be important for both Pakistan's regime and international image. Lastly, this development is also linked to the desire of the Sharif Zardari Asim regime to strike a deal with Imran Khan. The challenge lies in what the terms and conditions of this deal would be. The regime would like Imran Khan to accept their political setup, including the controversial 26th Amendment, which extended General Asim Munir's tenure by 5 years. The deal may include conditions for Imran Khan's political future and for national reconciliation. The entire struggle has been over the past 2 years. In a few months, for him to accept these terms and conditions, which are poison and deadly, it is very difficult for Imran Khan. That's why no deal is being made here. Now, the latest thing you see is that in the newspapers the headline says that Bushra Maneka's son has been arrested by the police because he had fired at one of his employees, shot him. You can also see this as another link in the chain of pressure tactics, a part of this sequence. And you will see that it was reported in the newspapers that Bushra Maneka's son, whatever his name may be, poor guy, has been arrested by the police because he got very angry over a bedsheet being changed. He shot the employee in the leg. The bullet passed through him. Then he was sent to the hospital and he was arrested. In fact, the culture of Pakistan, like that of many other countries, is that unless a father is completely absent or has left from the very beginning, the father's name is mentioned. Even in America, if a story is published in the New York Times, the father's name is written, even if the father hasn't been around for 20 years. In this case, it should have been reported as the story of Maneka's son being arrested by the police for shooting at someone. There should have been no mention of Bushra Maneka. Now, it's unclear whether the reporter from The Dawn who wrote this story thought that adding Bushra Maneka's name would clear up the angle. The story would also become more sensational, and perhaps it would have political relevance in his mind. Or maybe there was an order from Colonel Sahib at the Dawn office. I've heard that Colonel Sahib used to sit there in the past. I'm not sure if he still does. So, either there was an order from above, or it was the thinking of the reporter or sub-editor at The Dawn. In fact, the issue here is that the news was about Maneka's son, but this doesn't end here. There's a bit of historical context. When Maneka testified against Bushra and Imran Khan in the Idat case, a few weeks or days before that, cases were made against her son and he was perhaps arrested or taken away. And since Maneka's mindset is of a very traditional person, her son was extremely important to her. So it's clear that the fear and the sword hanging over her head were very real. Similarly, for a mother, her son is incredibly important. And at this moment you see that this shooting incident, well, we don't even know if the shooting incident, as it was reported, actually happened that way. The newspapers published it, so it should be true. But the particular conditions in Pakistan, how there's so much disinformation, and how the state controls all means of information, truths rarely come to light. So, We don't know if the way this incident was reported is the whole truth, or if there's a story added to it, because the timing of this is very important. As you saw, within the past 72 hours, on July 15th, 2025, when Imran Khan met with his lawyers and family members in Adiala jail, he once again made it clear how much Bushra Bibi, the former First Lady of Pakistan, meant to him and how emotionally attached he is to her. When he mentioned that Bushra Bibi had received a message from General Asim Munir through Zulfi Bukhari, and Zulfi Bukhari confirmed in America that this message was indeed sent, it became clear that when Imran Khan was being removed from office in June 2019, General Asim Munir felt deeply humiliated and embarrassed by this summary dismissal. He wanted to have the opportunity to go to the hospital, to feign illness, and then claim that the illness had become prolonged, with surgery and so on, but Imran Khan and the former First Lady didn't provide him with that opportunity at the time. I've heard these things continuously. Imran Khan also hinted at this earlier this week, on July 15th. Then this news became popular and it was widely discussed on social media. So, it's an odd coincidence that on the 15th, Imran Khan makes this remark, and then on the 17th, Bushra Maneka's son is arrested and a shooting incident takes place. That means, within 48 hours, Bushra Maneka's son had to shoot one of his employees and the shooting took place. It does feel a bit strange. These kinds of coincidences rarely happen in real life. They might occur in Pakistan, though. So there is also an element of blackmail here. If Bushra is very important to Imran Khan, then her son is also very important to her, and you are putting Imran Khan under psychological pressure. Now I move to the third development, which is related to a massive flood situation in Pakistan. According to reports from English newspapers in Pakistan, which are usually very conservative and don't exaggerate things, at least 60 people in Punjab have died because of the floods. There has also been severe destruction in the Rawalpindi region. This is a reality. We recently saw how in a very developed country like America, in a superstructured region like Central Texas, there was sudden heavy rainfall, what they call a cloudburst. The water rose so quickly, and up to 134 deaths have been confirmed. More people are still missing, and the death toll might go up to 150 or 160. In just 4 hours, the water level of the Godpur River rose from 7 feet to 28 or 29 feet due to this unexpected cloudburst. Similarly, on July 14th, a massive cloudburst occurred over New York City, with heavy rains that had not been seen in the city since 1908. This was the heaviest rainfall in 117 years. Climate change is a reality, and cloudbursts and heavy rainfall are becoming frequent. This is a major issue. So when the Chief Minister, Maryam Nawaz, and her government claim that this is a natural disaster with unexpected heavy rainfall, they do have a point to some extent. But the issue here is that in Texas, rich people are also affected by the floods. In Pakistan, floods generally affect poor people, those who live on the banks of rivers and streams. This is a major issue. The significance of this will become clear as I go further. In New York, there were no deaths due to flooding despite the city being inundated. In neighbouring New Jersey, only 2 people died when their car was swept away by floodwaters. This happened in the last couple of days. The situation in Pakistan is very different. Pakistan faces floods every year, or if not every year, then after 1 or 2 years. In the 1980s and 1990s, there were floods. In 2002, there were floods, and even in 2005, there was flooding. If not floods, there are earthquakes that kill hundreds or thousands of people. And when floods come in Pakistan, the government, the elite, and the media always claim that it's a disaster sent by Allah. Okay, it's fashionable now to talk about climate change, cloudbursts, and heavy rainfall. America is cited, Texas is mentioned, New York is referenced, but in Pakistan, this has been the situation even before climate change became a buzzword. The real issue is that Pakistan's bureaucracies and governments have not developed any well-thought-out plans to deal with flood devastation. There is no infrastructure in place, no effective planning, and no proper implementation. These are just words said in press conferences. There's an urgent need for small dams, reservoirs, canals, and embankments in Punjab, and there needs to be proper resettlement and awareness for the people living near rivers. Individual consciousness is the greatest protection against disasters, and genuine democracy plays a role in this. But in Pakistan, this is a major issue. The problem in Pakistan is not just Maryam Nawaz's government or the Sharif Zardari faction. It's a problem of Pakistan's mentality, its political class, the media, and its elite. They are insensitive, and the victims are always the poor and the vulnerable. Unlike in Texas, where floods affect everyone, in Pakistan, it's the poor who suffer. The elites don't really care about them. Therefore, the government cannot come up with any effective plans. If you look at reports from the United Nations, genuine democracy allows an ordinary person to feel empowered. In places like Kerala in India, democracy works to protect the rights of the common man. In Pakistan, this is severely lacking. That wraps up our translation of Moeed Pirzada's video. I hope this English version helped you understand his message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.